I wanted to join to save our freedom and to beat the enemy for attacking us.
You have to have something down in you that has some compassion.
We're heading for South Pacific. We thought we were going to go home.
I was very happy when I heard the Japanese had surrendered. My name is Ernest Russell Cullen. I'm a member of the United States. I was a member of the United States Marine Corps.
Richard Wise, Army.
My name is Stanley Martin Sokovich, and I served in the United States Army.
Melvin Litke. I joined the U.S. Army Air Force in 1943.
I joined the service because we had been attacked, and I felt obligated as a young person to serve my country. I was highly motivated to do that.
I wanted to join to save our freedom and to beat the enemy for attacking us.
When the war broke out, everybody had to register for draft. Well, I registered. Due to the fact I was the only boy in the family, and I was the full support of the family, I was deferred the first time around. Then 6 months later to 8 months or so, then they sent me a card, and they're going to draft me into the service. So that's where I went. It was 1943. People didn't mind. They didn't mind to go. They were willing to go. They figured they were obligated to this country. And I was one of them.
Leaders in our community, they were assigned to the job to decide who goes and who stays. And in my case, it happened to be I was one that was selected to go.
I tried to join the Air Force first because I was always interested in flying as a youngster. I built model airplanes that I used to fly around the neighborhood, and I was very enthralled about flying. But I didn't have enough math in school, so I couldn't get into the Air Corps, so I decided that I would join the Marine Corps and take my chances on getting into the Air Corps. In December of 1943, we were sent overseas to the South Pacific.
And we boarded a liner. They called it it was called New Amsterdam. A big boat. I mean, 10,000 troops on that, loaded up.
Well, I can tell you when we landed into England, got off the ship, and then we were trucked to a camp in the Midlands where the crews went and to wait for assignment to certain groups.
But anyway, so we got to Maastricht, Holland, and we stayed there. The country was beautiful. I mean, even Germany was a beautiful country. I couldn't understand how those people ever want to go to war. I tell you, to see that what happened over there, you have to be there to see, so you can visualize.
Really, you didn't have time to think about getting scared too much. There was these black bursts of smoke, like is what it looked like, flying all over with the metal coming out of the shells, and you just kind of ignored them, and you kept looking around to see if there was any enemy airplanes getting near you.
When you're in action and they're attacking you and you're shooting at them, that it seems that you forget all about that. You're just trying to knock them down, and they're trying to knock you down. But then after they leave, then you sort of geez, how would they make it out of that, you know?
Colonel Pennybaker was our head of our squadron. When he landed on Palmyra, his one landing gear gave out, and the plane cartwheeled and crashed and burst into flames, and 2 of the men on that plane were killed. They never got out, but the men that did get out were back in there fighting to get the ones out that weren't able to get out yet, and they got several of them out, but 2 of them they couldn't get to. And that was a very trying experience for our squadron. Very trying.
The most casualties I ever saw was when we transferred, after we were assigned to Leyte. That was a replacement depot there. That's where all the soldiers that were shot or had their arms cut off or whatever, that happened there after you left Leyte and then you were aboard ship. Those were times when you saw some real sad cases of soldiers that were with limbs gone, that sort of thing. But it was so new we didn't pay any attention to it. We were just, you get into survival mode, you know.
It was all over. People, those guys were crying, the kids were crying, and the men were crying. It's, you know, we didn't understand them in German what they're saying. They didn't want to fight in the first place. The old man called us together again. Tomorrow, we're boarding a boat. We're heading for South Pacific. Holy tomorrow, all the time we thought we were going to go home. Oh my God. 9 days on water, heading south for South Pacific. They dropped the bomb in Japan. And I said, hey man, I said, oh, God bless America, we said.
I was very happy. I was very happy when I heard the Japanese had surrendered. We were on the East Coast. We were in a ground control ground control night fighter squadron where we manned a radar station and out of Vero Beach, and that's where we were at when the war ended.
It gave us a more true value of what we were going through, and how we were able to better cope with problems. I think that military training did a lot for that.
For any young man, don't know what to do, undecided with his life. If I was to do it over again, I would go into the service. I figured it's a good experience, not only experience-wise, where you can follow directions and somebody else other than mom and dad telling you what to do, where you have some respect. And when you do come out, you do respect older folks, and you respect your family and whatever. And I would recommend any young individual for any branch of service, I think would do them a lot of good. I figure if it wouldn't be for the service, I don't think I'd be the person I am today.
I think the most important things that I got out of the service for those 38 months that I was in there was a camaraderie that I would like to see, you know, all mankind have with their fellow human beings. We should not have animosities, even though we have different thoughts about our God and our religions. That I feel that we can get along in this world and grow as a beautiful, happy society worldwide. I would love to see the world turn into a more loving, forgiving world.
Remember all the servicemen, especially the servicemen that didn't make it back. As long as we have men and women that are willing to fight for this country to keep us free, nobody's going to beat us.
I feel that the human race is people who were made to love one another. We have so much to give to each other. I would love to see the world turn into a more loving, forgiving world.